Do you know there's certain mistakes in the ATM business that'll cost you money? Stay to the end of the video and I'll share with you these top 5 funny mistakes that other ATM operators make that you want to avoid. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, and we help hundreds of aspiring ATM owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Without further ado, the top 5 funny mistakes that people make in the ATM business. Point number 1, the ATMs are not smart ATMs. What does that mean, Phil? I don't understand what a smart ATM is. Here's what it means. Whatever denomination you program to put in, you call us, you say, Phil, I want to put in 20s. We program it so it does take 20s, and now the ATM only knows that it's supposed to take 20s. If you put dollars in it, it thinks it's dispensing 20s. Dollars, 5, 10, hundreds, 50s, it doesn't matter. The ATM thinks it's dispensing 20s. So whether it's a $200 bill or a dollar bill, the ATM will dispense that bill and it will debit that person's account for a $20 bill, whether it's $1 or 100. So one of the funny mistakes that people make is they don't understand that. So what happens is you know what? I wanted to dispense 20s and 10s at the same time. So what they do is they put in $20 bills and $10 bills in the same cassette. Now the ATM doesn't know any better, dispenses the money, dispenses a $10 bill as a 20, and a $20 bill is a 20. So what happens is now the customer that puts the cardholder, they get $30 dispensed. They applied to get 40, they only get 30. Now what happens is they get a regulation E violation, say, hey, I didn't get my $40, I only got $30. So I need a credit of $10. They file a dispute, and now that ATM owner has to refund them $10. But it could have all been avoided by knowing that the ATMs are not smart ATMs, they are dumb ATMs, and whatever we program the denomination to be in that ATM, that's the denomination it will dispense. Now, if you want to run 2 denominations at the same time, you can. They have, I call them a 2-in-1 machine, but basically it's 2 cassettes in the ATM. And so in one cassette you put 5s, the other cassette maybe you put 10s, and then it'll dispense $30 if you want it. But you can't put 2 denominations into one cassette. Point number 2, Phil, do I have to bolt down the ATM? The answer is no, absolutely not. You don't have to bolt down the ATM. But if you want the ATM to walk away or move, then I highly suggest you minimize your chances of getting stolen or disappearing on you. You bolt it down. I talked about this all the time. This is a deal breaker for our company. I have to bolt down the ATM. Now, a lot of other companies, they'll just put the ATM in. Sometimes they put weights in the bottom of it. Sometimes they put glue on the bottom of it. Sometimes they put tape on the bottom of it. Sometimes they don't do anything. They just put it in there. For us, that's a deal breaker. But one of the silly questions I get is, Phil, do I have to bolt down the ATM? My answer is always say, no. If you want it to grow legs at any given time, don't bolt it down. Or sometimes the store owner says, do you have to bolt it down? Yes, we have to bolt it down in order for us to be in this location, because I'm not coming in a location, puts thousands of dollars into that ATM, and the ATM is thousands of dollars. So I don't want to lose my money. The company doesn't want to lose the money. And so we do secure that is we bolt it down. But it is a funny story when people ask, do I have to bolt it down? So if you're thinking about starting a profitable ATM business, stay to the end of the video and I will share with you our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist. In this checklist, I will share with you the 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can build a passive income source for your family. You'll have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success so you can earn between $250 and $1,500 passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Number 3, Phil, I want to have 3 ATMs in one location. And so my question is, why do you want to have 3 ATMs in one location? Oh, real easy. I want them to have this ATM dispenses 20s. So if they want to get 20s, they can just go to that ATM. I want to have this ATM dispense 10s. And then I want to have an ATM over here in the corner that dispenses 5s. So depending on how much money they want, they can go to each and any ATM and dispense money. Now, to me, that's a funny story because you know what? We don't need to break it down that way. All we have to do is just pick one denomination. Again, for us, $20 is the easiest. They take out $100, they need a little change, they can go to the store owner and get some change, they can go to the bar, or anybody who's at that location, and they can get change. Or if you want to minimize it, sometimes locations, they only want 10s. So you know what, just put 10s in there. All right. Always remember though, the lower the denomination, the poorer the quality of the bill. So you might get more service jams if you are running 10s, and you'll definitely get more if you're running 5s. Now, caveat to this is you can get, again, this 2-in-1, where you can put in 20s and 5s, or 20s and 10s, or 10s and 5s, and that'll help give you more opportunity as far as lower denominations. It's not a big deal. We see this from time to time in places with gaming. They might want to take out $5 or $10. So we put that 2-in-1 in, but for the most part, 20s work almost everywhere, and it does save you guys some extra money. Point number 4 is, I'm running a mobile event. Do I have to pick up my ATM at night? So the question is, well, tell me about the environment. Oh, it's a street fair, and they're going to run street fair basically from 10 in the morning to 10 at night. Then they're going to open the street back up for traffic, and then the next day they're going to run it from 10 to 6. And so what I want to know, Phil, is do I have to pick up my ATM at night? Well, is the streets being opened up again? Oh yeah. Is there any police or security on the street? No, there's no police or security on the street. So what you're telling me is you want to put an ATM in the middle of the street, and you don't want to secure it to anything, and you just want to leave it there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, why it becomes funny is the person was thinking so much about helping the street fair out or the city out, they weren't thinking about the security of their ATM. So sometimes you get caught up in thinking about helping the people out with dispensing cash and how much money you're going to make, but you also forget about the security, and you're actually putting thousands of dollars on the street. So I want to share with you, if you're running any kind of mobile event, always make sure that it's secured. Chain that ATM to something, a street light, or something that's secure. Make sure that there's security on property. Make sure that there's security there guarding your ATM when the event closes, and always take the money out at night. This will minimize your loss if anything happens to your ATM. A lot of guys, what they do is they go out there when the festival is just about ready to leave and close up, they take their money out, they leave the ATM. That way, if anybody comes to actually rob them, they go to look at the ATM, there's nothing in the ATM, and the ATM's open. So this leaves it very easy for the criminal to say, you know what, there's nothing here to steal, and they walk away. So if you run a street fair or festival, always remember to take the money out at night, leave the ATM open. This will minimize any kind of loss. Point number 5 is we had a customer who bought an ATM, and then they got in and said, hey, my ATM isn't connecting. And I said, well, you didn't want a wireless device? He says, no, I don't want a wireless device because there's a wireless device in there. I said, no, it doesn't come standard. He said, oh yeah, I read up online that the ATMs could be wireless. I said, yes, could be wireless if you plug in a wireless device, but they don't pick up a Wi-Fi signal. The ATMs come with an Ethernet cord that you have to plug into a switch or a router, and then you can get out to the internet. Or what you can do is you can plug in a wireless device. We usually put a wireless device in for the customer, and then that way it's cellular when you get to the location. The ATMs are not Wi-Fi capable, not yet, so they don't pick up a Wi-Fi signal. So your choices are either internet or cellular. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering an ATM. You want to specifically tell whoever you're ordering from, hey, I want a cellular device, or I'm just going to go with Ethernet cable. So if you're interested in starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Passive Business Income Checklist. The top 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business, where I'll share with you the top 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can earn passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. So if you're interested in starting your journey, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys very much.